Hello, my name's Dylan. Politicians, activists and thousands of people around the world believe that I should be outside right now, killing children or stealing from old people. Right now you're probably wondering why. What could a teenager do to gain such a bad reputation? You think you gain this reputation through being an illicit drug dealer or even an armed robber. But no, people think this of me because of the hobbies I enjoy. Well, one hobby to be specific, and that's playing computer games. From saving the world from an evil corporation, or even tending to a garden full of piñatas, people think this will turn me into a psychopathic killer, with a view on the world much like the one presented in games like Grand Theft Auto or Devil May Cry. But is there any legitimacy to this claim, or is it just something old men in suits say to place the blame off things like the NRA, and onto games and their developers?
My town.
It is true that there are countless games out there which allow players to kill and hurt hundreds if not thousands of people. However, these games get millions of people buying them, so surely that would mean more video game encouraged murders than the couple of alleged ones. Well, of course there is an answer out there for that, and it comes from Fox News as shown in this next clip here.
Those that are susceptible to violence, especially when they're in those teenage years or childhood years, that they're more inclined to copy the behavior, to build the scripts of behavior. That becomes their scripts of behavior for later life.
This Fox News report seems to be blaming the entire thing on the individual who is susceptible to the violence in any form of media. So why does that mean they blame it on games? The reason for this might be because it's a new form of media that people are still scared of, which the advert for Dead Space 2 seems to suggest, as seen in this next clip.
That's awful. No wonder society is so corrupt. It's not very good. We'll have a society of criminals, and it's crap.
Or do games really train us to kill? When we pick up a controller, is our brain translating Donkey Kong's banana gun into a real gun to train us to go and kill people for some kind of personal gain? That's almost what Jack Thompson seems to suggest in this next clip.
Lee Boyd Malvo, the trigger man in the DC Beltway snipings, was trained by John Muhammad on Halo. That came out at Malvo's trial. It was reported by a network.
Lee Boyd Malvo was young. He was 17 years old, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. And in fact, Muhammad knew to do that because the Army was using Halo on a sniper base to do one thing, to get the snipers prepared psychologically to be willing to kill as snipers. And so if what the people on the other side of the aisle here who are saying this has no effect on anyone are rebutting everything that the Department of Defense knows and that we learned in the Lee Boyd Malvo.
Halo, a game with giant space aliens and plasma guns. But does it potentially have the power to train a sniper? Probably not at all. All you do is point the gun and shoot, ignoring all variables such as wind and pressure. However, Jack Thompson has made other more widely accepted quotes, the key one being about the controversial series Grand Theft Auto, number 4 to be specific. Ignoring all the story elements of the game, it involves stealing cars, shooting police and civilians alike, and bowling. But is this enough to create a killer? Thompson believes it creates many, including the Nazi-supporting Jacob Rabida, whose friends said he had once played Grand Theft Auto. Or even Devon Moore, who killed 3 police officers, and don't forget Cody Posey, who killed 3 of his family members, but Thompson believes it wasn't even their fault. But for so many others, games are seen as an escape, where they can go save the world from dragons, or bring free speech back to a world run by one man, or in other cases, allow a dying man to have his one wish of flying to the moon. So it's time to really find out if video games do have a link to violence.